Hello, tea sippers. How are you guys? Welcome to another episode of Tea Time with Brian. I know I'm not in my usual attire, my usual Jewish, but I still wanted to come to y'all on usually on a Wednesday. I couldn't, let the day pass without checking in with y'all. I have been getting some great feedback. So, it wouldn't be a Wednesday without me checking in with y'all. So welcome to another episode. And let's kick off with our usual, cheers of tea. So today drinking some mint eucalyptus tea. Really amazing. So definitely try it out. Cheers. So let's dive in. So actually, we're gonna start off with some good news. Let me tell y'all, like 70,000 Georgians who did not vote in the general election have already requested their absentee or mail-in ballots to vote in the January 5th runoff. And most of these are young people of color. Like what? Like, oh, when I saw those news today, it just made my heart so big and so happy and so proud. Like we're doing that, y'all. Like thank you for your continued support, for telling people. I know that with holidays and with it getting a little bit chillier, now you have to make sure that you can make sure your voice are being heard, but also uh, make it to where most of you in your family have the option to go vote. And I think that mail-in ballots definitely bring that comfort of your home. So I definitely recommend it that if you have not requested your absentee ballot, to request it now so you have more than enough time to get it in the mail and for it to get to your house and send it back. So make sure that you are making your voice be heard. It's extremely important. Two Senate races that are definitely going to determine the future of the Senate. So we need to make your voice be heard. And it's just so amazing that young people of color are leading the way in those 70,000. So just super excited. Wanted to begin with those good news. I will make sure to post the link for the absentee ballot request below at the end of the live stream, so you have that available for you. So with that being said, let's dive into the next. I'm actually going to tell you a quick call to action. We are in, because we're doing a lot of good work. We're definitely needing some canvassers. So let me just tell you, definitely want to continue thanking you for your support this year. Because of your help, youth voter turnout in Georgia was the highest in the country. Like I'm still not over that. Like what? The highest in the country. So we did that, y'all. And now we need to keep the same energy for the Senate runoff. So right now we're in the middle of sending 400K texts, 60,000 60K pieces of mail, and also doing 60 literature drops going door to door. Of course, making sure that we are being safe, making sure that our canvassers are safe. So we will make sure to post that link for you to find out more information on how you can volunteer or be a canvasser for us to make sure that the votes are being out. We'll make sure to post that at the end of the live stream so you have that available, and make sure that volunteer some time. We're doing some amazing work and we would love for you to be part of history. So yeah, just make sure that you check it out. There'll definitely be a form. We just would like you to be part of this historic youth turnout, for you to be part of that history. So yeah, definitely, if we are in Augusta, please make sure to fill it out and send it in. So now let's go into some of the news that are going on around the state. So there's actually been a lot of campaignings from a lot of different organizations, and different sides of the spectrum. One of the things that I am very, very, very happy that it is happening. There's a lot of more focus in young people as well as Latinx voters. Neither of them can be. Neither of those two groups are a monolith. Neither of those two groups are think the same way. So I am glad that both sides of the spectrum as well, not just the political parties, but also the nonprofits are taking it they're taking nuance when it comes to dealing with and engaging the youth population as well as the Latinx voters around the state, because there is not only is there a large number, I think right now is 1.8 million young voters in the state of Georgia, but in for Latino voters that's actually 300,000, and with it being so close for the presidential election, is more than likely going to be extremely close for the Senate runoff races. So we want to make sure that we turn out, so for my Latinos, Latinx people, please make sure that you make a plan. With me, I'm actually going with my family. I feel like y'all are probably tired of hearing me saying this, but it's super exciting the fact that, my mom recently became a citizen. My little brother just is about to turn 18 next week. So all of them will be able to vote actually in the upcoming election, because they were not able to vote in the presidential election. So it's just very exciting time in my household. It makes my little organizer heart happy. That's another thing. So yeah, definitely want to make sure that you make your plan with your own families, and make sure that you are, making your voices be heard, because we definitely want to make sure that we're being taken into account, not just during election time, but throughout the years. So yeah, it's just very exciting that there is so much focus and attention on them. And now going into our favorite part of the live stream, or well, not our favorite part, but our Rona Chronicles. And actually, from what we have seen, a lot of vaccines have actually been approved. I believe that Pfizer, AstraZeneca, Moderna, like all of these already have been tested in large numbers of people, and most of them are 90%, which is extremely high. So we definitely want to make sure that once it comes out, that you are, make sure you get it to where we can have some sort of return eventually to some sort of normalcy. So please make sure that to not fear the vaccines. These are things that have been proven extensively. So I think that a lot of people have the understanding that it's like, it's never been done before that fast. The reason why is because there was no restriction when it came to funding, and there was no restriction when it came to just the amount of research that went into it. And every single scientist and every single organization, funding organization, went to developing these vaccines. So that's why they were able to get these vaccines with such a high percentage of success at such a small amount of time. So our recommendations is that you do, make sure that once it is available, that you take advantage of it. Georgia in itself actually is already planning the initial distribution. And of course, the first ones will be the healthcare workers, as well as the people that are, in long-term care facilities or older individuals. So we're just excited that there's a glimmer of hope that is coming down the pipeline. So we're just very excited for that. One thing I would say that is going to be very, very interesting, I will come back, this is Tea Time with Brian, from January to April normally is at the Capitol. With everything going on, it might be straight from here from at home, because I'm trying to be safe, and with everything going on, yeah. But I will tell you that there's a lot of things coming down the pipeline that we have to pay attention. One of the things that we are seeing is that some lawmakers want to change already. They're already planning to change the no excuse absentee ballot in Georgia for the last 15 years. Since 2005, we have been able to ask for absentee ballot, and there would be no problem. Like, you were just approved, like you didn't need any excuse, like you could have just asked for an absentee ballot. But certain lawmakers, I guess, want to restrict that. So because of that, we want to make sure to keep you updated. It is definitely coming down the pipeline, so we want to make sure that you know about it. We want to make sure it should always be, that to where we're making it easier for people to vote. And yeah, like I think that I just don't understand why it would make it harder for people to vote, but we want to make sure to keep you updated, to keep you up to date with all the legislative bills that are coming down the pipeline. That is one that we already know about. So it's definitely going to be a very interesting legislative session, because I feel like there's going to be more leaning into the live streaming, and a lot of people might actually be involved because they'll be willing to not show up there, but actually talk to their representatives through live streams as well as online. So we're definitely excited to see how the things would change, but I think that this is our new normal, and we're just excited to keep pushing and fighting for great additions, great changes to youth criminal justice reform, as well as good things for higher education, that affects not all young people, but of course disproportionately Black and brown populations. So it's just very, very, very interesting times. I want to make sure that, of course, tell you before I go the dates. Of course, we have coming up. We have we already, this Monday was the last day for you to register to vote. So if you did not register to vote, please, I hope that was not you. If you're watching, please make sure you check your registration. But yeah, deadline passed, but you still have time to request. Of course, you would have to be registered, but you can request for your absentee ballot. So there's more than enough time, but we are telling you to request it today, so you have more than enough time to get it in the mail and return it to where your voice is heard, and there's no problems with delivering or checking in if you actually got it. So we want to make sure that you do take advantage of that. There's also early voting that is starting next week. December 14th is actually the first day that you can early vote. I believe normally it is 2 weeks, so it's from December 14th to December 30th. It definitely gives you 2 weeks to where and one of the things I want to make sure that you guys check and we'll post below is your poll location, because with it being a runoff, some early voting location places that were open for the presidential elections are not going to be open this time around. So we want to make sure that you know where you have to go if you are going early voting. So please make sure to check that, to make sure that you don't make a trip to a place that is not open for early voting. So we'll make sure to post that below. So yeah, that is mainly what I wanted to check in with y'all. I know that it's a little bit different than our regular scheduled programming, but I wanted to just kind of come in, talk to y'all, seeing what are some topics that you want me to dwell more on. I would love to hear that. Been getting some great feedback, like I always say. So let me know what what you guys like, what you guys don't. And please make sure to register your family members, your friends, for them to request their absentee ballot. Make sure that they're making their plans for the runoff election, either voting absentee, either going early voting, or either going on voting day. Just make sure that it's getting a little cold, so it's up to y'all, but I just want you to keep that in mind. So thank you so much, you guys, for joining me for another Tea Time with Brian, and we'll see you next Wednesday for another Tea Time with Brian. Thank you and have a great day. Bye-bye.